name's Stephen Rinella. I'm an author and television host, and I went to Reese Puffer High School and graduated in 1992, and I was born and raised in Twin Lake, Michigan. And I grew up, had a lot of friends in my area, but also spent just a lot of time just by myself and with my brothers hunting and fishing, and had a very active outdoor lifestyle, along with all the other stuff kids do. Like, I did all the normal kid stuff, but I also did that, and eventually managed to take those interests that I developed growing up around there and kind of cultivate them into my current career as a writer through teachers and experiences I had in school. When I was in high school, I was under the influence of a teacher named Mr. Heaton, and he took a big interest in some of my writing projects that I was doing in his class, and he really encouraged me to pursue it as a profession. And from Reese Puffer High School, I wound up going for 2 years to Muskegon Community College, and just did like general course load there. Then I left the area and did a semester at Lake State. But when I realized with more certainty that I wanted to pursue writing, I transferred and went to school at Grand Valley State University and did a degree there in practical writing, with English with an emphasis in practical writing. And by the time I finished there, I had a very solid, unwavering sense that I wanted to become a writer, and I wanted to write professionally. Make my living primarily as a writer and author. I write for a lot of magazines, mainstream publications such as Field and Stream, and I've written for Glamour, The Oprah Magazine, The New Yorker, The New York Times, many places like that. Also a lot of specialized hunting and fishing publications, Bow Hunter and Fly Fisherman, Peterson's Hunting, American Hunter. I've written a couple books, The Scavenger's Guide to Haute Cuisine and American Buffalo in Search of a Lost Icon. And I've also gotten involved in some television work, and in 2011 I hosted an 8-part series on the Travel Channel called The Wild Within. I would say the number one obstacle a writer faces is the issue of like making money. I mean, it's so hard. Like, you can be a great writer, but you have to be writing stuff that finds an audience. And I think that some people resist that. You know, I think that you might have a set of things you want to talk about and that are like very important to you, and you can write about them and write about them well. But if you're not writing about things that people are willing to buy books about or buy magazines about, you're going to run into massive problems earning money. And then, you know, that doesn't mean you don't get to write. Like, you have another job and you write on the side. But if you want to be that you write for your paycheck and you write professionally all the time, I think that you have to focus in on a marketable subject. And you might even make it marketable by taking things that people don't know about and getting them turned on to it. But that's a huge challenge, and for some people it's a compromise, because people think that, you know, you hear the term like selling out, you know. Some people think that to write for a specific marketplace somehow lessens their creative work. Advice I would have for the community leaders and teachers and educators, or, you know, influential people in Western Michigan, the Muskegon area, would be to try to keep your mind open and try to keep your eyes peeled for like emerging trends. I think that it can be hard in some places. It becomes hard to envision the world being different than we've known it. And it's easy to like pine for the way things were in the past, or that we'll excel in industries we once excelled in, or that things look a certain way and should remain that way because that's just the way they've always been. And I think that it's important for anyone, I mean, to anyone who's going to be a leader in what they're doing, it's important to look at changing social trends and changing priorities that people have and changing aesthetics that people have. And I don't think you should throw away the heritage of an area, but I think it's important to look at what's on people's minds right now. How can we harness that change, manipulate that change, be part of that change, rather than just becoming inconsequential